Friends, seekers, fellow travelers on this winding path, close your eyes for just a moment. Not to sleep, but to awaken. Feel the weight of your body in your seat, the slight rush of breath in your chest, the quiet hum of your own life. Now I want you to imagine you are standing at the foot of an immense mountain. This isn't just any mountain. This is the mountain of your own becoming. Its peak is shrouded in mist. You cannot see the top. The path upward is not clear. There are rock slides of doubt, thick forests of confusion, and rivers of emotion you must cross. And you've been climbing. Oh, you've been climbing for years, carrying a pack heavier than you ever intended to pick up. In it, every not good enough, every heartache that still whispers in the dark, every expectation that wasn't yours to hold. Your muscles ache with the fatigue of performance, of wearing masks, of seeking a destination that a map can never show you. And there comes a moment, perhaps you're in it right now, where you just stop. You sit on a rock, head in your hands, and you think, is this it? Is this the summit? This exhaustion? This noise? The world below shouts its demands. Be more. Have more. Do more. And the mist above seems silent, indifferent. Pause. Let the silence sit for a few heartbeats. This is the sacred moment. The crack in the shell. This feeling of being utterly, humanly lost is not a sign you have failed your journey. It is the journey calling you deeper. It is your soul whispering, look again. Not up, but in. So let me tell you a story. Not mine, not yours, but the story. There is a light that does not flicker, a wellspring of peace that does not run dry, a voice of truth that does not shout. It resides not in the distant, mist-shrouded peak, but in the very core of your being, right where you are. You have been seeking a lighthouse across a stormy sea, unaware that you yourself are the lantern. The climb is not about ascending away from yourself, but about returning home to the ground of your own being. Spirituality is not an escape from the human experience. It is the profound courage to inhabit it fully, to take the very rocks that trip you up, the fear, the grief, the imperfection, and touch them with reverence. For in their rough texture, you find your own strength. In their stubborn presence, you learn patience. They are not obstacles to your path, they are the path. The mystic poet Rumi said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." That weight in your pack, it's not just baggage, it is your curriculum. That heartbreak, it carved out a space for compassion you could not have held before. That failure, it loosened the soil for a new seed of wisdom to take root. You are not being punished by your struggles, you are being sculpted by them. And the divine sculptor's hands are your own tears, your own choices, your own breaths of resilience. Shift tone to one of growing strength and clarity. So what do? We practice the sacred art of remembering. First, be still. In the morning before the world claims you, sit for 5 minutes, not to pray with words, but to listen with your soul. Let the thoughts rage like a storm, and be the sky that holds them, untouched. In that stillness, you will hear it, the faint, unwavering hum of the universe within you. It says, I am here, you are loved, you belong. Second, offer the climb. Take one burden from your pack today, a resentment, a worry, a need to control, and lay it at the altar of this moment. Say, I cannot carry this alone. And then, in an act of radical trust, release your clenched grip. Feel how much lighter you are. The mountain does not get smaller, but your capacity to climb it expands. Third, see the sacred in the ordinary. The next time you drink water, feel it as a blessing on your throat. When you greet a stranger, see the divine spark behind their eyes. In the face of a challenge, whisper, this too is my teacher. This is how we transform the climb from a grueling trek into a pilgrimage. Every step becomes a prayer. You are not a lonely climber on a solitary peak. You are part of a vast breathing range of mountains. Every soul you meet is on their own ascent. Sometimes we walk together for a stretch, sharing warmth and song. Sometimes our paths diverge, but we are all connected by the same bedrock of being. When you extend a hand to another, you steady your own balance. When you offer kindness, you create an echo that will return to you from a direction you cannot foresee. Build to a crescendo, voice full of conviction and warmth. That mist on the peak, it will never fully clear, and that's the point. Faith is not the certainty of arrival, it is the courage to take the next step without full certainty. Your purpose is not a distant trophy to be won. Your purpose is how you climb, with grace, with curiosity, with an open and resilient heart. So, dear traveler, shoulder your pack anew, but this time, know what's in it. Not just burdens, but the tools you've gathered, the hard-won wisdom, the softened heart, the spark of inner light. The mountain is not your enemy. It is your sacred ground. The wind is not against you. It is cleaning your spirit. The altitude is not thinning your air. It is helping you breathe a purer truth. You were never meant to conquer the mountain. You were meant to let the mountain awaken you. Now, open your eyes, see this world, this beautiful, difficult, glorious path. Feel your feet on the ground and take that next step, not in fear, but in faith, not in lack, but in wholeness. The entire universe is conspiring to support your ascent. You are stronger than you know. You are loved more than you can feel. You are already home. Now go and climb like the miracle you already are. Final pause, a gentle, confident smile. Nod slowly. And now that you are moving, now that your feet remember the ground beneath them, something subtle begins to change. You notice it first in the smallest moments. A pause before reacting, a breath before speaking, a gentleness toward yourself where judgment once lived. This is not weakness, this is wisdom taking root. You see, the world will not suddenly become kinder because you have awakened. The mountain does not flatten itself in gratitude. Storms still roll in without asking your permission. Old fears still knock on the door of your chest, sometimes louder than ever. But something within you now answers differently. Where fear once said, "I can't," presence now replies, "Let me see." Where the mind once demanded certainty, the heart now offers curiosity. This is what it means to walk the path consciously. Pause, let the words settle. There is a great misunderstanding about inner peace. Many believe it is the absence of disturbance. But true peace is far braver than that. It is the ability to remain open while the winds howl, to stay rooted while the ground trembles, to love without guarantees. Peace is not silence. Peace is trust. And trust is built step by step, choice by choice. Each time you choose honesty over approval, each time you choose rest over relentless striving, each time you choose compassion, especially for yourself, you strengthen an invisible muscle, a muscle the world cannot see, but one that holds you upright when everything else shakes. Voice deepens, steady. There will be days when the old weight feels heavier again. Days when you forget the light you touched. This is not regression. This is rhythm, the inhale and the exhale, expansion and return. When that happens, do not scold yourself. Do not rush to fix. Simply remember. Remember the mountain beneath your feet. Remember the breath that has never abandoned you. Remember that awareness itself is proof you are still awake. Even forgetting is part of the remembering. Now listen closely. You are not here to become perfect. You are here to become whole. Wholeness means welcoming the parts of you that tremble, the parts that doubt, the parts that still ache for old versions of love. When you stop exiling pieces of yourself, they stop shouting for attention. They soften. They integrate. They become allies instead of adversaries. This is the quiet miracle of inner work. What you meet with presence transforms. Gentle warmth enters the voice. And as you walk this way, steadier, truer, you begin to affect the world without trying. Your calm becomes permission. Your listening becomes medicine. Your authenticity becomes a lighthouse for those still lost in the fog. You don't have to teach. You don't have to preach. You don't have to convince. Just live awake. The mountain range is vast, yes, but every awakened step you take reshapes the path for others. Not because you are special, but because you are sincere. And sincerity is rare. It carries weight. It leaves footprints that last. soft smile in the voice. So when the day feels ordinary, remember, this is where the sacred hides best. In dishes washed with care, in difficult conversations held with honesty, in boundaries drawn with love, in moments when you choose presence over escape. This is the real ascent, not upward, inward, together. And one day, perhaps when you least expect it, you will look back and realize something astonishing. You are no longer asking, am I on the right path? You are walking it. Pause, long, peaceful. Stay close to your breath. Stay faithful to your inner light. And when the mountain feels steep again, smile gently. You were made for this climb. End with stillness. Let silence finish the sentence.